Although by law the corpse is supposed to be buried within 24 hours, decomposition is sometimes allowed to set in to make sure that enemies or sorcerers don't dig up the dead man and make a zombie, a work slave out of him. These heavy stone slabs with which Haitians cover their graves are an added insurance that the dead won't rise, to exist forevermore as zombies. One reason why, after 2 centuries, the Catholic Church still finds it so difficult to cope with voodoo is that this freewheeling cult, without written codes or hierarchy, voodoo has managed to integrate into itself almost all the symbols and ceremonies of the Roman Church. For example, the cross of Christ doubles for the sign of Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi personifies death itself. He is the most powerful, the most dreaded of the gods in the voodoo pantheon. He's always dressed in black, always wears dark glasses. And of course, for the great mass of Haitians today, we know who personifies Baron Samedi.
Haiti is not the country of voodoo. They said that I was a Hungan, a place of voodoo. They said that in the international press. Why? We were facing an international and political conspiracy set up by certain great nation.
Which nation do you believe is leading this conspiracy then, Mr. President?
Oh, several white nations. And they spent many millions, for instance, in 1963. Not only to overthrow the President Duvalier, but to destroy the fatherland, our fatherland. To destroy, I say. And I stress only, to destroy our fatherland.
What steps do they take to achieve this?
To achieve this, they sent at that time, 1963, the Sixth Fleet, North American Fleet, in our national sea. It was a violation of the, what you call,
sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
Your life has been threatened many times.
My life? No. To be assassinated? No.
I'm thinking of the airplanes that come to bomb.
No. Oh, they are what you call crazy. I can say crazy.
You don't take seriously these attempts upon you?
Upon my life, never, 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 never. They never reach their aim, because I know who I am. I cannot be killed by anyone, because I have faith on my destiny. Do you understand?
Subdued by such a destiny, by a leader convinced he cannot be killed, hope has drained away, and Haitians submit to a gangster army of Tontons who stand over them, relishing their power. The many hundreds of Bogeymen are controlled, improbably, by Madame Rosalie Adolphe, deputy and wife of the Minister of Health. She has, since 1958, been Supervisor General of the Volunteers.
Voyez? Mais alors, le volontaire, le docteur qui est volontaire, si le gouvernement est attaqué, eh bien, il vient défendre son gouvernement, son chef.
Her main job, she says, is to defend the head of state. I asked her, ingenuously, whether all her tontons were armed.
Être armé, naturellement. 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 Mais si le gouvernement est attaqué, comment défendre si on n'a pas une arme? Et quand il n'y a rien, moi j'ai mon fusil. S'il n'y a rien, c'est dans ma voiture.
Madame Adolphe packs her own gun demurely in her handbag.
Je prends mon arme, je dépose le sac et je prends mon fusil.
Her tontons are called volunteers, but of course they didn't volunteer to work. They volunteered to supervise. This is how public works go in Haiti. A lot of men with guns, a few men with machetes. As Haiti lapses deeper into its coma, the man or woman with the gun sits securely above the law. Papa Doc's slum clearance scheme is the Cité Simon Duvalier. With the lowest income, food intake and life expectancy in the hemisphere, it's impossible to exaggerate the poverty of these people. Unemployment is staggering. From a workforce of 2 or 3 million, only 60,000 have jobs, and most of them are on the government payroll. Semi-skilled men can be hired for 3 shillings a day, and the average income is about £25 a year. This is not the slum, this is the new town they've been moved to. So you can imagine the conditions they left. Numbed by the endless squalor of their tropical desert, Haitians have little spirit for revolt. The problems of living through another day are enough. They know the Duvalierist reaction to any uprising. They've heard the warning. The land will burn. There will be no sunrise and no sunset. Just one big flame licking the sky. It will be the greatest slaughter in history, a Himalaya of corpses. Voodoo, cockfighting, and cheap rum. Haitian solace for hunger, sickness, and the hard life. Sugar is not exported, but refined into rum and drunk right here. And can you blame them? So Papa Doc, antagonizing the world, refusing to ask for international aid, may not make economic sense. But to these people, he does make some sort of emotional sense. Proud Haiti, first to defy the slave masters, once again, going it alone. tourist trade was once vital. Now most cruise passengers are too frightened to come ashore, and the few that do are uneasy.
Here, take this. Where's the mask? $1.50. She bought them down there. She paid $1.50. One of the women from the tour. From the tour, she bought $1.50.
How much you give me for that? Are we going? Nice. That's all. No more. Two sides, but it's puzzle. The fifth puzzle.
Hey, if I was a banker, I'd make all you guys happy. I'd pay off your own prices and there'd be no arguments. But you hear that?
In the midst of nowhere, Duvalierville, a grandiose new town which, 7 years ago, Papa Doc set out to build as his permanent memorial and showplace. Then, after 4 years in power, he knew his strength. He'd banished priests and ambassadors, and when his thugs raided foreign embassies, renounced international conventions of political asylum. He was the strong man of the Caribbean and, as he's told us, after the leadership of the black world. But look what's happened to his fitting monument. Crumbling and overgrown, the squatters have moved in. In the 20 years following the war, Haiti received about £40 million in aid from the United States. But as the world saw Haiti too corrupt, too hopeless to help, that flood of free dollars dried up. There was no money to complete Duvalierville. Papa Doc couldn't even finish his ghost town. Though only 15 miles from the capital, the president never comes here. And strangely, despite the sorry evidence of this wasteland, this empty dream, he somehow still believes in his achievements. Though at this desolate monument, the rare visitors followed and observed only by the usual loafing tonton.
Any president of Haiti could not stand up and did what I did, and do what I did for the past 11 years, facing 8 invasion and 3 hurricanes.
Mr. President, you are, of course, president for life. Have you at any time thought about a successor?
No, my successor is my successor. All of them are at school now. The young people, the youth.
Your own son here, Mr. President, with you. What profession will he take when he leaves school?
That depends on him. I don't know if he will follow the advice of his father, of his mother, to become a medical doctor. I don't know.
So what is your secret for control?
My secret is a top secret for Duvalier and for everyone.
And in a moment, we'll go after Papa Doc's secret. Haiti is a dramatic holiday land for those not offended by tyranny and destitution, or for the unaware. One cruise ship, just one, still arrives each week. So for a few hours, beggars are banished to the countryside and jealous taxi drivers stand guard. Theirs is the only good job in the land, for they have access to foreign money. They're tonton to a man, a mobile spy column, and their union's the only one Papa Doc permits. On the quick drive up to Kenskoff, tourists see little evidence this island's a prison compound. Only that, for dollars, Haitians will go through fire.
c'est le président. C'est le président de la République. Oui. Ouais, Dédé, hein? Dédé, je veux aller faire l'inspection d'un centre de santé de la capitale. Est-ce que, avec ces visiteurs, n'est-ce pas? Et est-ce que vous voudriez m'accompagner?
With Didi, Marie-Denise, the oldest of his 3 daughters, Papa Doc takes his visitor to a clinic to show he hasn't lost his stethoscopic touch. She married a Colonel Max Dominique, who was later accused of revolutionary plotting. 19 officers were executed, but answering the pleas of his daughter, then pregnant, Duvalier spared Dominique. They were exiled and, as they boarded an airliner for Spain, her chauffeur and 2 bodyguards were shot before their eyes. The man who can order that still sees himself the gentle country doctor.
I came here not as a politician, but as an MD. Is the reason why I am still interested in the medical matter. And until I will die, I'm first MD, and after that, President of Haiti. It is the best time of my life when I was doing in general practice in medicine.
Are you still a fellow, Mr. President, a fellow of the Royal Society of Tropical Medicine in London?
Do you know that? Oh, yes. I'm surprising, eh? Yes.
I was wondering, Mr. President, what you do for relaxation.